Hey everyone! Welcome back to another video here on the channel. But get your strong coffee ready because today we're diving headfirst into the darkest side of humanity. We're going to uncover the 10 most cruel convicts in history, folks. And believe me, this list here will make you sleep with the lights on. So go ahead and give the video a thumbs up for support, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get to the video. Ready? Let's dive in. We begin our macabre journey with a name that still haunts California, Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker. His reign of terror left an indelible mark on the psyche of an entire generation. Just imagine, Los Angeles, 1980s, the sun setting on the horizon and a climate of terror taking over the city. The vibrant streets, usually bustling with life, were now shrouded in fear and uncertainty. No one felt safe inside their homes because at any moment, Ramirez could break in, torture, and kill his victims. The sense of security that people once felt within their own walls was shattered. His crimes had no pattern. He didn't choose his victims. The randomness of his attacks made everyone a potential target, heightening the collective anxiety. His crimes were of unparalleled brutality, showing just how terrifying the human mind can be. Each crime scene was a testament to his monstrous nature, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can reside within a person. If you've ever heard of Albert Fish, you know that this name is synonymous with pure terror. His story has haunted criminal history for decades. A man who was the embodiment of evil, stepping out of a nightmare. He crossed all boundaries of sanity, leaving horror in his wake. Imagine, New York City, 1920s, a bustling metropolis shadowed by fear. Parents lived in constant fear of a monster stalking their children. He wasn't just a murderer, he was a cannibal. He confessed to killing and eating several children, acts so heinous they defy comprehension. His crimes were so shocking, they left even seasoned police officers horrified. The sheer brutality of his actions sent shockwaves through the community. Albert Fish's trial drew massive public attention and media coverage. Newspapers flew off the stands as the public devoured every detail of the gruesome case. Ultimately, Albert Fish was sentenced to death, but the scars he left on the collective psyche of the nation remain to this day. His execution brought a semblance of closure, yet the chilling memory of his deeds continues to haunt us. From the frigid and unforgiving Soviet Union emerges the shadow of Andrei Chikatilo, one of the cruelest serial killers in history. He wasn't content with just killing his victims, he tortured them, mutilated them, as if he were possessed by an evil force. His crimes were so brutal that it took Soviet authorities years to capture him. His trial was a spectacle, revealing the depths of his depravity. Andrei Chikatilo remains a haunting figure in criminal history. We now enter the world of European nobility, where cruelty hid behind silks, jewels, and titles.
Meet Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess.
Imagine, Hungary 17th century, a powerful and merciless countess.
Elizabeth Bathory had a sick obsession with blood, believing it to be the elixir of eternal youth.
Legend has it that she tortured and killed young peasant women, bathing in their blood to maintain her beauty. Her legacy remains one of the darkest in history. Brace yourselves, because now we're going to meet John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, a man who turned joy into a nightmare.
John Wayne Gacy dressed as a clown to lure his victims, young boys whom he tortured, abused, and killed in his own home.
He buried their bodies in the basement as if he wanted to hide his crimes from the world. From the shadows of the Andes emerges the cold and disturbing figure of Pedro Alonso Lopez, one of the cruelest serial killers in history. He targeted girls, preferably indigenous, whom he raped and brutally murdered. The coldness with which he described his crimes shocked even the most experienced investigators. His reign of terror left a lasting scar on the region.
The story of Eileen Wuornos is one of those stories that make us question everything we know about justice and revenge.
Imagine deserted roads in Florida, a familiar setting for Eileen Wuornos.
She lived on the fringes of society, prostituting herself to survive.
But her story takes an even darker turn when she cold-bloodedly kills 7 men. Her trial became a media sensation, raising questions about her mental state and the justice system. Ted Bundy, a name that became synonymous with psychopathy and manipulation. Imagine, a charming, intelligent young man with a bright future ahead of him. No one imagined that behind that nice guy facade hid one of the cruelest and most manipulative serial killers in history. He seduced his victims, gained their trust, only to torture and kill them in the most brutal way possible. His charm and intelligence masked a dark, twisted mind. Ted Bundy's reign of terror left an indelible mark on history, forever remembered as one of the most notorious serial killers. We now enter the macabre world of H. Holmes, America's first serial killer. A man whose name would become synonymous with horror and deceit. Holmes, born Herman Webster Mudgett, turned a hotel into a living hell. Imagine Chicago, late 19th century, a bustling city on the brink of modernity. The city was preparing for the World's Fair, an event that would draw millions from around the globe, an event that promised to amaze the world with its technological marvels and grand exhibits. But amidst the euphoria and progress, a dark secret was hidden. H. Holmes, a man of many faces, a charming and intelligent man, used his charisma to lure unsuspecting victims. He built a hotel with a sinister purpose: to kill. The hotel, later known as the Murder Castle, was a labyrinth of secret rooms, false corridors, and death traps. It was designed to confuse and entrap his guests. Holmes tortured and killed his guests in ways that were both cruel and methodical. He became a symbol of terror in America, a figure whose heinous acts would be remembered for generations. His story is a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk behind a friendly facade. Amidst the horrors of the Holocaust emerges the sinister figure of Josef Mengele, the Angel of Death, a doctor who traded the Hippocratic Oath for cruelty. Imagine the Auschwitz concentration camp, the stage for one of the greatest horrors in human history. And in this scenario of death and suffering, Josef Mengele carried out his cruel and inhumane medical experiments. His actions were so cruel that he became a symbol of Nazi barbarity. Mengele's name is now synonymous with the atrocities of the Holocaust, a reminder of the depths of human cruelty. So, everyone, after this disturbing journey through the darkest corners of the human soul, which of these stories shocked you the most? Leave a comment below telling us which story impacted you the most, and share this video with your friends. And if you enjoy true crime stories, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.